couple years ago, we were in San Diego, California, ministering at a couple of churches in the area. And on Sunday morning, I got up early and I went and had some breakfast and some coffee. And as I was sitting in the restaurant at the Sheraton Hotel, I noticed this young girl across that obviously had a really crazy night, and I could only assume what line of work she was in. And you know, when God tells you to go speak to somebody, and it was one of those moments, the restaurant was packed, and so I'm just like, you know, my name's Ricardo, and you know, we're here doing this deal, and do you mind if I pray for you? You know, the Lord kind of gave me a little something to say, and one of the lines that I heard in my head, I had never heard before, I had just simply told her, you know, it's not over. Your life is not over. As long as God is in it, there's no limit to what God can do. And literally, after communicating and praying with her, I went upstairs, picked up my guitar, and sang into my phone, it's not over, it's not finished, it's not ending, it's only the beginning. And I took that, went to Israel Houghton, and we sat down and we finished this song called It's Not Over. Little did I know that I would have to live out the first and second verse of that song, because not too long ago, I was headed to Jacksonville Airport to do the National Day of Prayer. Got a phone call that my son, Josiah, had jumped into the shallow end of his friend's pool and broke his neck. And there were 40 minutes there, sitting in Jacksonville Airport, not knowing if my son would ever walk again. And little did I know that I would have to live out the first verse that says, I know it's dark just before dawn. This might be the hardest season you've experienced. And we did. But thank God for Israel Houghton, because he wrote that second verse. It says, here comes the sun piercing the clouds. You're closer than you think you are. You're closer than you've been before. And my son is walking. My son is running. My son has a future in God. Josiah will live out how God intended his life to be lived out. And one thing that I've learned, as long as God is in it, regardless of what you're walking through, your situation, might be your family, might be finances, I'm here to be a living testimony to tell you that it's not over as long as God is in it.